All right, what is going on, you guys? This is Blaze over here at the Blue Chip Athletic Club podcast. Today is July 28th, 2026. We are coming to you. We had a call canceled today, so it opened up a half hour for me to crank out this quick episode, talking to you guys a little, I'll call life update and kind of what's going on with me and us as we're moving into, second half of 2026. So real quick before we get going, excited. We actually launched it just yesterday. Our newest partnership with the guys over at JSF Nutrition. These are the electrolytes here that I'm taking right before I coach a workout and partake in that workout here this afternoon. Really excited to partner with my business coach, mentor, and friend Jeremy Scott on all things supplementation. If you guys are interested, we'll be running sales all the time, periodically throughout the year for different reasons, but you guys will always get 10% off with me. The code BlueChip10 will work for you. We're going to put that in the show notes here. And the rest of our partners will be living in there as well. I don't want to get kind of gummed down with the rest of the partnerships and affiliates, but Harvest Host, Sweet Perfection Cookies, Dash Track. If you are an entrepreneur trying to build a website or update it, that's where we're kind of going to be going. But I want to talk about a handful of things today in particular. One of them being, why leave First Form and go and work with JSF Nutrition being one of them. I think I kind of owe it to those guys. Maybe not everybody would do this, but I'll talk about it a little bit about. We're actually doing a big order as well for some swag. So if you're interested in that, please hit us up. We'll send the link over to you guys so you can get in there. It'll ship right to your door. And full disclosure, we make $0 off of it. It's all just to get some high quality stuff to you guys with some, comfortable clothes for you to wear. A couple of hoodies on there and t-shirts are coming out as well. So what's new? We are quote unquote breaking up with First Form. I don't want to say it that way because I don't think that's a true way to talk about the relationship. But the reason that I decided to leave and start working with Jeremy is because, one, I think Jeremy's a small to medium business size owner. Somebody that I connect with and relate with really heavily, seeing as he's been coaching me for a handful of years. And I truly feel like I would rather help, support, promote, and help fund and pay a friend, colleague, mentor of mine than a larger corporation. And maybe it's just me being somebody who, now that I am a small business owner, I'm not going to say that I don't shop on Amazon from convenience standpoint. Like that would be silly. But for the most part, like I try to avoid larger chains, those types of things, and support somebody where I know, Jeremy, Heather, and their son are getting the benefits of that. His business are improving. And also the relationship's great because now I can go and call up the CEO of the company in the event that something's wrong or you guys need help. And he is incredibly responsive. He's going to help us out. Make sure you guys get delivered some high quality products. So we're excited to be launching that. What else is going on? Oh man, so many of you guys know that I suffered a dual fracture in my feet a couple of months ago. I think it happened June 5th. I think is when I broke a midfoot on one foot and my big other foot. I'm walking around, or really rolling around, is my sweet little scooter over here for the last month and probably 2 or 3 weeks at this point. And I had a big follow-up appointment with the doctor probably about a week and a half ago. I get in there and I'm envisioning that he is going to say, "Hey, dude, like you're good to start putting weight on it. We're ready to get this thing going, and you'll be back to flying first week of August, second week of August, maybe." Is what I had anticipated based on our first interaction when I broke my foot. I walk in, I sit down, and he's like, "Hey, I looked at your x-rays," because they took another set of x-rays for my feet. And they're like, "Yep, toes healing up just fine, the midfoot." And then he takes it and he kind of like moves it side to side, almost like he's like playing with it a little bit. And he's like, oh yeah, this is healing up super good too. So, you'll be able to start putting weight on it in a boot, probably like, mid-August. And I'm like, what, dude? Like, I thought I was going to be back, like fully, I'll call mission capable by mid-August. And, that was a bit of a punch in the mouth. So he said that. And to me, I'm like, oh man, like I need to ask the question and rip the Band-Aid off of what's on my mind next, because, I had signed up to run the Maine half marathon, with Chelsea, a client that I coach, and then her boyfriend in Maine, and going on in October. And well, I'm like, hey doc, like I signed up for a half marathon in October. Am I going to be able to run that race? And he was just like, there's absolutely no way you're going to be able to run the race. And I'm just like mentally defeated at that point. And he said the full recovery timeline puts me sometime between December and March to be doing what we'll call full training again. And I really was taken aback there for a second. So needless to say, I get in the car, I drive into work after the appointment, and I'm pretty sad about it. I'm pretty sad about the whole way the meeting went, or the discussion went with the doctor, the appointment. And I'm sitting there and I'm telling my office mate, Mike, shout out to you, about the whole event. And he was just like, yeah, dude, like that sucks. Like, yeah, bummer. And, you're not gonna be able to fly soon, blah, blah, blah. And then he was like, dude, what if you did it in like a wheelchair, like kind of as a joke? And I sat there and I thought to myself, and I was like, dude, what if I did do it in a wheelchair? So needless to say, for the last couple of weeks, I've been on the hunt with an adaptive wheelchair company that will support me in providing me a racing wheelchair to then help support a cause for a charity. Currently chose the Coast Guard Foundation for my charity to support Coast Guard members when they're going through struggles, disasters at home, supporting tuition, scholarship money. They do a ton of stuff. Unfortunately, I reached out to them. I've reached out to a ton of other people. And the adaptive race community is definitely a niche community for sure. I also have two legs that normally function just fine. So me like looking for this vessel to be able to compete, the reality is I'd want to use it to train for the next couple of months, and then I want to give it back or raffle it off for more, fundraising money for the nonprofit Coast Guard Foundation, or whatever entity. They could even have the vessel back if they wanted it. So I went through. I've probably messaged no less than 15 different companies that are manufacturers, race corporations. I've joined adaptive racing Facebook groups. I've done kind of the whole gambit of thing, and continue to what I'll call strike out, for lack of a better term. I'm getting, oh, hey, you can check out this company. Sorry, we can't help you, but you can check this company. Hey, you might be able to ask Sam over here. And although one thing that is a redeeming quality of mine is I'm a persistent as hell. And I don't give up very easily. So thankfully I'm continually knocking on the door, but this is I don't want to say cry for help, but if you guys are listening to this and it is before October, and an adaptive race community that's able to get a racing wheelchair out to me, or somebody that could sponsor it, I am truly asking for any amount of leads. Shoot us a direct message. You can send us a contact form on the website, direct message through any of our social media platforms. I monitor those and respond to all of them, believe it or not, no matter what the silly question is, whether it's about creatine powder or creatine gummies or whatever the thing becomes. So if you guys have any leads, that would be, again, super, super helpful. But we're going around, and we've adapted my training program to also match the desire to compete in this race. So, if there's a brand out there or whomever, the reality is I'm going to race in a wheelchair. I would like it to be a racing wheelchair, but if I have to go to Walmart or some sort of medical supply store and do it in a really crappy wheelchair that I find, like, that's what's going to end up happening. So we're gonna figure it out either way. But looking to, again, raise money, do that thing. But the reality is, like, how do you train for race? Because I've never had to think about it, but for the last couple of weeks, it's all I've been really thinking about. So, pushing motions, how am I building my cardiovascular base when I can't run, row, put pressure on my feet? There's been a lot of things that have been, I'll say, obstacles, challenges, making me do some mental gymnastics, for lack of a better term. And where I've landed is a lot of time spent on my Echo bike and doing just upper body only, hammering that puppy down, wah, wah, wah. So whether I'm doing sprint intervals, long, prolonged efforts, that's kind of how the training program is looking. So I'll be continually training upper body. I'll say, like, aerobic and anaerobic styles. And that way I'm able to make it through the entire race. And I will say too, I am open to, in the event that there is somebody who is able to get me a racing wheelchair, moving from the half marathon to the full marathon and just doing the full gambit. Those guys that do it professionally and are the real deal do it very fast. I'm looking to finish. I'm looking to do something hard. And the reality is, I want it to be a lesson to myself, maybe some amount of, minor inspiration to other people, that just because you get dealt a shitty hand doesn't necessarily mean you have to give up on the thing that you said that you were going to do. Breaking 2 bones in my feet isn't going to take this race off the table. The people at the Maine marathon, I do want to say, have been incredibly accommodating. Right away, it was probably less than 10 minutes after sending an email to them. They were like, oh yeah, 100%, we're going to support you. We'll create your fundraising page for the website, send people to there, and then you guys can continue. You can race as an adaptive athlete, and we'll allow that to happen. So pretty neat that they were cool with doing that, and allowing me to continue, even though I won't be able to run in the race. So what does it mean moving forward? We have obviously the 4 people that are signed up to do the race. We're going to do it together as of now, unless I end up pivoting to the full marathon based on, a potential wheelchair donation. There's some discussions about potentially doing some matching outfits. I have heard that there will be members of our crew that will be really frustrated in the event that I beat them on a wheelchair. And there may even be a bet that is looming about cutting my hair in a bowl shape if I'm beat on the course. So we've got a lot to lose. We're going to be working hard over the next, couple of months to really make sure that we show up to that event ready to rock and ready to compete. So, what else is new? What else are some things that we have going on? We've got a group of people here that have been training in small groups, probably for the better part of 6 or so months. We've built this pretty awesome community of people that are getting some in-person work. Our online community continues to grow, and something that I'm super thankful for. And we're continually leaning into helping, our demographic of pilots, active duty military members, and former athletes that are looking to change the way that they live, really look, move, and feel their best, shift habits, and lean into what I'll call lifelong health versus what I'll call a microwave fix. And I'll say fix loosely because it's not necessarily a fix if it's not something you can sustain. In that, we've seen people making some incredible progress. I want to make sure that I give a handful of shout outs here because I've been doing a poor job of doing that publicly. Matt Varney, dude, you're killing it. Quentin Memkin, you guys are killing it. Chris Roy, you guys are killing it. There's other people in our online community as well. Jess Cooper, geez Louise. I mean, I get to talk to you guys all the time regarding, nutrition coaching habits, training, ways to stay accountable, continue to look, move, and feel your best. And it's been what a fun opportunity for me moving forward. I would be remiss if I didn't talk about my other run-in here with medicine, and I only have a handful of minutes before I gotta wrap this thing up. But on Saturday night or Sunday night, about a week ago, I woke up in the middle of the night and I had like some really, really bad stomach pain. So I'm like keeling around in bed, and I'm like, man, it felt almost like gas pains, if anybody's familiar with that. I went, sat on the toilet, tried to take it down, did not work. I'm like trying to figure out what's going on. For the better part of 10 hours, felt like somebody was like kicking me in the stomach. And there's nothing that I could do to make it go away. I'm trying to sit in different positions. I'm rolling around. I probably should have taken some amount of Tylenol or something to kind of help it out, but nothing seemed to help. So by noon, 1:00, this woke me up at like 1 a.m. I'm like, hey, we need to go to the ER. So get into the ER. They throw me in a CT scan, and lo and behold, I have a 4 millimeter kidney stone that was almost to my bladder, coming down from my ureter. Now, I looked up causes of kidney stones, and for the most part, all kidney stones are caused by people complying by what the typical American diet. I even took all the supplements that I take, including stuff like electrolytes and whatnot, put them in a list, and there was no one smoking gun of thing that was like, hey, this is what produced your kidney stone, which had me in pain for a long. I mean, they gave me morphine when I got in there before my CT scan. Like, it was definitely an unfortunate a day for me. But what made it worse is I'm rolling in there on my knee scooter, with a cast over my one leg, my broken toe, and then I've got you literally can't make this shit up, man. My kidney stone on the other side. So we finish in there, and where we've kind of landed is like, hey, I think it occurred from some amount of dehydration over a couple of days. I went out on a boat with a buddy. We were camping and had a handful of beers in one day. It wasn't a severe amount of drinking and or lack of water, what I would deem that anyway. But over the course of the last couple of weeks, it has made me acutely more aware of my water intake. And I'll say something that serve as kind of like a stark reminder for me of like, hey, how do you make water more accessible? How do you continue to improve and continue to be able to take that water in so you're able to effectively prevent things like kidney stones, dehydration, manage hunger and thirst cues, kind of all the above. So for any of you guys too, like in the event that you end up feeling kind of bound up, maybe you're abiding by a bit more of a typical American diet, you have something happen like that, you don't know what's going on, don't be afraid to pop into the ER, because it probably would have been better if I went in there at hour 4 or 6 instead of hour 12. So take that for what it's worth. That is about all I have time for today. I want to get into a handful of other things, but it looks like we're going to have to pop on. We've got our community call here for our online coaching community popping in. But again, to wrap up, if you guys are looking for any amount of coaching, you're an active duty military member, you're a former athlete, you're a current pilot, and you're like, hey, I don't look, move, and feel the way I want to. I'm struggling to eat on the road. I don't really understand, fundamental principles of training and how to make sustained progress. I don't understand behavior modification. I don't have the best self-talk. All these things are things that we're trained to help people do to take you on the next part of your journey. We really love supporting you guys. Honestly, it's truly a gift to be able to coach all the people that we have in our in-person and online communities all over the world. So shoot us your questions. Let's hop on and let's chat. If you guys are listening to this and you're like, hey, it's time for me to make a change, like we are here to support you. We're here to help you answer any questions that you have. So reminder, JSF, new supplement company that we're working with here. All the other guys are going to be in the show notes. I appreciate you guys for popping on and listening. As always, you don't stop playing as you get old because you stop playing. We'll see you guys next time. Peace.